The food crisis in Malawi is an issue very close to my heart. There's no story in life I can tell about myself that doesn't contain food and the predicaments that my life has gone through. All these predicaments are food related. This is how I came to realize that the consequences of compromising the food system is not just as simple as people think. A very practical and tangible example is the hell that my life went through. I always feel a flood of tears flowing my cheeks and my heart failing to pump a flood of blood to properly function my body. I feel like dying on the spot every time I have to tell my story to people. It hasn't been my hobby, and I don't think it will. I was born into a family of 12 and grew up with the all too familiar sensation of hunger. Food was scarce and it was difficult for my parents to feed our large family. The little money we did have went to food. I started school without any hope, and so I ended. I failed to complete my tertiary education because my parents couldn't afford to pay for my fees. My feet never knew shoes in all the days of my school life, and this made me a subject of ridicule to many and an object of mockery to the multitude. The days we went to bed with empty stomachs outnumber the days we could get something to eat. I had to work for people to give me education or pay me for the education. So all I know today is not because of money, but because I was born with energy to work and get what I wanted to get in life. I know now that this was a result of monoculture farming we were involved in. Food is the only limitation I have ever known in my life. No food, no work. No food, no money. No food, no education. No food, no friend. No food, no family. And no food, no development. And no food, no life. My turning point. Until I was 17 years old, I lived on tobacco farms with my parents. I frequently wondered what we must have done to deserve such a difficult life. Life was very hard to me and meaningless. In 2009, I discovered permaculture through a friend working part-time with the Never Ending Food Project. That's an organization which was co-founded by Christopher and Station Nordin. Every time I went to visit my friend, I was impressed by how much food which was growing without the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. The abundance I saw in this garden inspired me to create my own garden. But I still didn't understand fully the concepts of permaculture. But without knowledge, without any training, without any material, without support or money, I started growing corn everywhere. As to my understanding, permaculture was maize production in abundance to address hunger problem, since hunger was the major problem the whole, our family faced. I grew maize under the cross line and soon was unable to hang my clothes around buildings where it attracted a lot of mosquitoes, in front of our house where everyone thought I was going mad. I also had a lot of pest problems because I was undergrowing one crop, 1 year, one space, one time. I kept visiting my friend for 3 months, but he kept telling me he was gonna come to pay me a visit and see what I was doing. To him, he couldn't believe I was serious because most of the white people, when they see black people, they think you just wanna beg money from them. This did not discourage me. I kept visiting him, and I remembered one day I found him in front yard of his house, looking at his paradise, admiring the beautiful birds in the sky, attracted by this beautiful garden around his house. When I arrived, I told him I'm not leaving until we go home together. For him to see what for him to go see what I was doing and give me some sort of advice, because I just started without any knowledge. So I wanted him to come see what I was doing. By that time, this family only they had one family car, and that car had already gone to work with the wife. So he didn't know my house was 1.5 kilometers away from them. So he allowed to come see visit my place. He couldn't believe walking all this way from his house to come see what I was doing. To me, I thought this was a blessing. I could not understand him persisting, coming to see what I was doing, but he came and he was impressed with what I was doing, and then from there he started giving me some sort of advices. After 1 year of implementing permaculture, but still without any training, my family was completely transformed. I got very popular in my village and country. The very first big group, over 20 officials from the Ministry of Agriculture, Education, and Ministry of Health, came for a tour of my garden. It was so exciting for the first time ever. About 15 expensive cars parked by our small thatched house. I could not believe we gave lunch to all of them for the first time in life, feeding over 20 people from our own 35 by 50 meter small area where we had 3 houses, a bar, a shower room, and a kitchen. Now the whole village was caught on. All around my village, people are trying the same techniques to grow their own gardens. It is truly amazing to see the neighbors' villages doing likewise. So that's long and short of how I started permaculture.